To everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So, guys, before starting the session, let me introduce myself to everyone. I'm Sangeeta Verma. I've done my MPhil in Management and MBA in Banking and Finance. I'm all the way virtually connected to everyone from Kathmandu, Nepal. In this slide, you can see my work experiences. I've worked with many different industries at the different positions. But currently, I'm working with a export-import company, which is a very huge company over here in Kathmandu as a DGM. And along with that, I'm with you all as a freelancer at Learnovate. So, friends, today's topic of discussion or the session is employees' well-being, which is very important because at the workstation, if your mental health and physical health is good enough, it's beneficial for both employee and employees. So let's begin the session. So before starting what is well-being, let's understand the concept. Why it is said that health is just not physical, okay? Health is mental also. And it's completely a set of physical, social, and mental well-being, which is actually with the absence of any disease. And it is only possible when your outer environment and internal environment both are at the cordial peace and uniformity of understanding. So it is very important that employees do adapt themselves in the environment of workplace, and workplace also, as an employer's workplace should also be like that. The employees gets very comfortable with the assessment of the places. So what is well-being? Well-being is completely like feeling happy or content when you are at the workplace or you are at the personal life, right? It might be like your internal and external both are at the peace level and you understand each other in a very cordial way. It's just like when you are at the workplace, you need to have a cordial behavior with your superiors, juniors, and all. But it's like eradicating stress from your.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
My voice is breaking. Thank you. So if my voice breaks, please let me know, okay? Because I'm having some internet issues over here. Now is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what is well-being? Good well-being might include feeling happy or content, working productively and fruitfully, making a contribution to the community, realizing own achievement and abilities, coping with the normal stress of life. And normal stress of life means making your life stressless, whether it is personal or professional, both. And it's very important once your physical, social, and mental well being is at the very uniform level, you perform better, you act positively, and you are able to make organizational goal achievement and your goal achievement in a very prominent way. So any workplace health promotion activity or organizational policy designed to support healthy behavior in the workplace and to improve health outcomes is workplace wellness. And what is employee? Employees those who adjust themselves in that environment with the acceptance of employers providing them perfect area for their mental stability and social stability and physical stability. So that comes out with as a employee wellness. It might be emotions, teamwork, leadership, belief system, policies, relationship with juniors and seniors, achievement, purposeful life, development in the careers, less stress, no negative comments. So making them feel like a stressless. They are not. It's it's like creating an environment for them, for the employees, where they do not think that their work is very hazard. They think, yeah, it's a fun being at a workplace, enjoying personal space along with professional space also. So when it comes with the employees' well-being, it's very important that leaders also play roles, employers play role, employees themselves plays the roles in keeping their mental and physical and social well-being at a very informative level. So when it comes with the leaders, it's like it becomes important for the leaders to create an environment where their subordinates of that leader or team leader or supervisor or HR manager becomes a responsibility of making their team members empowered, making them to work in a very adjustable time lapse, understanding the culture, understanding the policies, along with creating and making financial literacy for the employees, career planning for the employees, having a sessions of stress removing systems or programs over there, and financial literacy along with health enrichments like um, keeping an eye on their regular health checkup at the office place only. If there is any problem, keeping out whether mentally, physically, or socially, guiding them, free to talk and free to analyze with them. And the commitments would be there that after the well being is being taken in consider by the employers and employees combinedly doing it, it's the commitment for both the employees and employer that they focus on the productivity, social correctness, volunteers, success achievement, goal reaching, and engagement in every social norms of the company or working conditions of the company. Thus, employee well-being is only possible when workplace wellness is maintained in a very prominent way. It's just not that employees' well-being is only important, but employers' well-being is also important at the same time. So I hope the first slide of what is well-being, workplace well-being, and employee well-being or wellness is understandable to all. Am I clear with the first slide? Okay, then let's go to the next slide. So, what are the dimensions of well-being? Like, in which dimension an employer or the organization, being an HR manager, you can keep an prominent item for the employees? It's physical, emotional, financial, social, spiritual, occupational, intellectual, and environmental. So, when all these dimensions are kept in an eye by an employer and even with the employee, what happens is when all these dimensions are covered, an employee has a satisfaction or a perception that if they face with any of the problem of these dimensions will be taken care by the employers and they won't left aloof. It will be like combining the hands and understanding the concepts. Why is the employee disturbed or not, creating an environment like that employee gets up on a disturbance criteria. So it's very important that being an HR manager, supervisor, higher team management, or an organization owner, you decide or understand that your employees, every individual employee is all right. So what is that all right approach? A approach of that might be positive approach or negative approach towards the work, towards the environment, towards the ambience, towards the team leaders, or employee himself or herself. Listen, in the all right, at least for listen, it's not that every, it's like you can say nowadays it's not prominent or much more usable that only bosses say or a leader only speaks. No, listen to your employees, listen to your team members. It's very important because after all they are the human resources, they are the actual assets of the organization. And if they are all right, and if you have a habit of listening them or they're listening to you, that also is a success for organization. Are reassure your employees that do not worry, don't uh, be less heartened, don't be demoralized with the work or with the environment. Everything is going to be on a very proper way. You need to be in a very better conditions. We are there with you. So that reassurance giving to your employees in a time to time framework whenever it is required is very important. Immediate actions. If you find out there is a physical, social, mental issue found in your employees regarding work, regarding personal life, help them out. Take an immediate action, being a leader, being a supervisor or the higher management team, so that you do not lose your valuable human resource. Guide to professional support. Keep guiding them because everyone is over here learning at every single phase, every single minute. So employees and employer both are learning, both requires the uh, concept of having a guidance towards the professional support. That might be training, that might be helping them out with the presentation or report writing or entering the data or understanding, cracking the deals, making promotional activities. Keep guiding them so that they feel of belongingness over there, and they make you think, understand that you also belongs to
Ma'am,
their life.
can you come again? How to guide them?
Like guiding with them, like suppose take an example, you are at a team leader, okay, and you have a juniors whom you have assigned an assignment of creating a presentation for some deal. And before going to the final presentation, you have a look and you find out certain things which are not clear or are not correct. So you guide them that you can make this, and like this you can make your presentation, data can be interpreted like this, graph can be created. So what happens, you speak less, your picture speaks out more, that concept. Another, you find out that the person is quite good enough but needed a training for excel. Go and make an approach, collect them. If you are quite good enough, you yourself give them training, right? Are you understanding?
Yes.
Okay, so that, and help them help themselves means, if you are helping them with their issues, whether that is personal or professional, you are actually helping yourself. And being an employer, you are helping yourself actually, because at the end of the day, organizational success, organizational goal achievement is your priority. And at the same time, that priority becomes for the employees also, and they also help you back. So it's like win-win situation for both employee and employer. Time to follow up meeting, always keep a time to follow up meeting. You do not just and think that we there is no requirement of listening to your team members or employees. No, once a week, twice a month, quarterly is very far enough, right? So it's like once a week or four times a month. You can keep a time of follow-up meeting, how much work has been done, is there any issue which is supposed to be tackled. If there is, please come up so we can help you out. So these, the concepts of making every individual of your organization at all right position, and helping out with the dimensions of well-being correction, whether that is physical, social, or mental. And you know that when there is a financial issue, that also directly or indirectly hampers your brain out. So that came with the mental. Then intellectual, environmental does plays a very vital role in the workplace. Then sometimes you might be hearing out that some of the people keep on saying the environment of my organization is very toxic. That means toxic means is not actually burning out of anything. It's like uh, politics wise, work culture politics, work culture, gossips. That environment should not be at any organization. If there is, you being an employer, you need to take a corrective action and eradicate that thing from your organization in order to keep your employees at the 100% mental level. Then if they are thinking out somehow of the ideas and it's not coming up, help them out with it. So if your employees are all right, employer is all right, and at the end, organization is all right. If the dimensions of well-being is kept in an eye for every individual employee, they are giving you the same back, and your organization is physically stable, emotionally stable, financially stable, socially stable, occupationally stable, intellectually stable, environmentally stable, and spiritual. Yes, spiritual. Why? Because nowadays, after the COVID has it, many of the organizations, they make sure that there are certain yogas or meditations sessions on their organization at the uh, daily basis, or on the daily basis or monthly basis. So spiritual path is also now keeping an eye by every of the employers. So am I clear with dimensions and all right concept?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go to the next slide. Now, workplace strategy and employee well-being is very important to understand. Two labels, it comes out with the concepts of wellness and then well-being. Like you can say that if it is psychological, like temperature, lightning, food, then you can say quality rises, rehabs, movement. That is like psychological factors, right? So if there is dim light, even employees, if there is so much of light, even that disturbs to your employees. So that has to be kept in, it's like in a moderate way. Temperature, if so hot, then also is problematic. If so cold, then also problematic. So you need to be having a very moderate one. Then food, you can say food like is it hygienic, spicy, non-spicy, veg, non-veg, of as per the employees criteria. If you keep a consideration to that also, that's a psychological one. Then movement like whether it is from one department to other department, or it is floor wise movement, or it's a departmental movement, or moving your employee from one location to another location. That also impacts psychologically. That is to be kept in a consideration. Then safety, yeah, safety is like with, that's you can say, mm, you have to understand in a way like privacy. And safety is like fire protections, right? That no one without a permission, or much more important, privacy is not broken out there. Keeping an eye for the security guards, that no one, just random people do not enter. So all that is being kept in a consideration comes out with the safety wellness, psychology wellness, and safety wellness. Now, then comes out with the belongingness. Belonging is like in a group, do not aloof one of your team member. Make them comfortable. Create an environment that they feel that they belong to that particular group. Socially reaction, social interaction with all your employees and in employees to employees. A superior supervisor or team leader should not think that, yeah, I'm a team leader, why should I talk to them? No, it's not going to work now. You have to have a friendly and cordial behavior with everyone. Whenever there is a requirement of being stern, be stern, but if it is not, be friendly to them so that they come up with their problems, their issues, and why they are not able to give an 100% outcome. That also comes out from there. So you need to keep over eye over their belongingness, and then even like connections. Make a very good connection with everyone, whether that is department connections, department heads connections, team member connections. Make them with the proper understanding and well-being that yeah, we belong to and we are very freely with our supervisor or team leader. We can discuss our problems. So create such type of environment and make them in a very steamed way, like it's like, don't be too rude, don't be too negative, don't be too favoritism, like accept every team member, every individual employee, and make a door open for their conversation with you and you conversation doing conversation with them, so that they do not find out their valuation. There is a barrier between both of you, an employer and employee. So then comes out with the results. It's easy for coming out with the major result achievement. Self actualizations. Always make sure that what is important, value your employees, value in organization policies, organization goal. You value them and they are going to value you back. So it's just not employee valuing organizational achievement, organizational goal, or themselves. Let them value themselves also and organizational also. And being an owner or HR manager, you create an environment over there that every individual human resource is your asset and they are much more valuable for you and your organization. Always have a purpose and goal to achieve. Keep them mobilized properly, keep them motivated and positive. Even in a slight dismemberment of the employee's condition, take a immediate action, and your action should always be towards the positive achievement of the success. And instead of terminating your employees, changing employees, creating too much of employees turnover, better to work on them, give them the proper guidance, counsel when it is required. Keep doing that. Is like your employees are going to increase if the workplace strategy works out properly, and the investment done in employees on the employees properly, it comes out with the success of the organization. And so like well-being at work is like having a good health, and well-being can significantly improve the team engagement, cohesiveness, and all over the productivity. So there are a variety of issues that can affect your employees, such as mental health issues, problem at home, jobs unsatisfaction or satisfaction, political factors that comes out, right? So employees' well-being can be increased by factors such as job satisfaction, keep a positive interaction with other employees and managers. It's like you don't stop them for talking to other team members or other team leaders or other department managers. Keep a door open. Being a valued member of the team, make them understand that they are the valuable team of the team member of that particular team, being adequately trained in their jobs. If there's a requirement of training for them, give them a proper training. Having a sense of job security, equality, and equity in the workplace. So equality is like, I'm over here and not talking about gender equality is important, but work equality is also very important. Do not create a scene of doing favoritism. One, don't do that. So the quality of leadership, people management, and culture will affect how healthy a workplace is. It's like that an employee can talk to the managers at any time. There's no harm, there's no wrong. It's their right to interact and let the door open. And even being an employer, do not think that you have hired them, you are paying them is more than enough. No, that is only not enough. You need to have a proper example for them, proper team member for them. You just do not act as a boss, but you act as a equal team member of that team. Is this clear? Workplace strategy and how you can keep a well-being of work with the employees clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go to the next slide. So what are the metrics? There are certain metrics which plays a role in keeping in some wait. Okay, someone has texted something. uh, okay, you need to understand that again. So there are certain metrics which, if are kept in a very proper way, employees are mostly at the well conditioned physically, socially, and mentally. That's employee satisfaction, engagement survey. Keep on doing like employee satisfaction and engagement surveys are the most direct way to find out about the well being of employees. Organizing certain programs, certain events, and make the engagement of them, and you will understand what is the condition of their mental state. Absenteeism. Find out. Being an HR, you need to keep an eye on which is the employee who is being too much of absent. Why is the reason? Whether it's like unhealthy physical or unhealthy mental. Find it out and work on them. If they are unsatisfied with their work, with their employers, work on them. Being an HR, decrease the turnover of the employees, because that also affects the goodwill of the organization. If any of the organization is having a huge rate of turnover in employees, people hardly try to get connected to that. Sick time used. Sick time use is related to absenteeism, but applies explicitly to employees being sick. If employees are using a lot of sick time, employees' well-being is at poor, and you need to figure out, you need to work out being an employee. Overtime should be properly used. Customer experience should be properly used. Always make your employees accept the customers' views in a very positive and working out on them. It's like the experiences survey, if it's done, it's very important for HR, that which employee is thinking that customers are the magical king of their organization and keeping the satisfaction of the employees. So if these metrics are followed properly and kept an eye by the HR manager or higher management or by employers, it's sure that your employees mental condition is also okay, physical condition is also okay, and social condition is also at the prominent place. So at that time what happens is the productivity of the organization is also increased, the goodwill of the company is increased, and it might be at the successfully achieving the goals of the organization. So matters regarding employees well-being clear to everyone. Let's go to the next slide. So, what are the benefits of employee wellness program? Many companies they do that wellness program because it's very important for the employees. And after the COVID has hit, the wellness word is been properly worked out in any organization and make them clear with that. So let me make you understand with the. So what happens if what is the benefit? The benefits are like reduced health cost. If well-being is proper, if your mental is okay, your physical turns out to be okay, and the cost of employees and employer both gets reduced, so they're happy. Higher engagement, keep them mobilized properly. You need to mobilize them, you need to give them their space so that they feel that we belong in a very self actualization way towards the organization. Productivity increases, higher job satisfactions comes out, and the absentees ratio is reduced. Better company culture is acceptance to them, higher retention, your employees working experiences or working years increases, boost employee morale, reduces absenteeism, increase employee productivity, employees health and fitness, enhances employee emotional well-being. It's not that every time employees get uh, physically not feeling like to work, but it's like sometimes emotionally also. So being an HR or being an employer, being a good employer actually towards your employees, you need to understand that the emotional criteria affects some of your team members. You need to work on that also. And why it's like creating a culture, it's in totally in your hand that you create a culture for employee well-being. Keep an eye on their physical wellness, emotional wellness, financial wellness, professional wellness, social wellness, and spiritual wellness. It's like I have said that you can find in foreign countries in the organization, they have that certain areas where they make sure that their employees can go and do gymming, yogas, meditation, certain games, doing corporate social work and making involvement of the employees, professional advancement for the employees, emotionally keeping them proper and understanding their timeline issues, whether that is personal or professional, working out on them. So all these if are created properly, the benefits are much more for employees also and employer also. So in a very in the mid of January 2022, there was a like survey done that how many of the countries are now thinking that it is very important to do an investment on employees well-being. And when it is was done globally, it was found that 53% of the companies think that yes, it's very important now that their well-being is kept in a consideration, and certain companies are thinking of it and some have already accepted it. So the acceptance of investment on employees wellness is actually investment on the company's productivity advancement. If they are good enough, they do it. Like they should be employees should be taking their work as a fun. It's not for them like, oh my god, 9 to 5 when it is 5 o'clock I have to rush. It should be like while leaving for the personal life, they should feel, yeah, tomorrow morning again I'm going to see the same company, and I have to come and have a fun over here, right? So that stress has to be out. If your employees is like deadline is completed and they have submitted some of the tasks before the deadline, give them some ample time to enjoy their favorite sport, meditation, yoga. If they, some of them are interested in having a medical checkup, create an proper room for there also. Let them go and enjoy their favorite habit, whether reading books, swimming, then basketball, all these. So you are making them lighter with their mental, letting them to forget their any of stress. That stress does not exist in their life. Then it comes out to be the win situation for organization and win situation for employees also. So so if in a near future any one of you become an employer or at the higher level of management, always do a certain investment on certain portion of investment on your employees well-being, because that comes back to you in a 200%. So is this clear, that benefits and all this clear to everyone? Can I go to the next slide?
Yes, ma'am.
So how it benefits employees and employer both. Let's look out. First, let's see employer's benefit. How employer gets a benefit when the employees are at the proper wellness and proper well-being. Increased efficiency. Healthy employees have increased concentrations and energy level, which results in greater output. Fewer sick days. Encouraging and helping employees to live a healthier lifestyle means they won't be off sick as often. You are also less likely to have unwell employees coming into work and spreading their illness, right? Staff retention. Employees retention comes out to be like employees that enjoy the work environment and feel valued are much more likely to stay in a job. Wellness programs encourages staff loyalty and responsibility. Attract the right employees. Your company is more likely to attract high caliber staff if you have a innovative company wellness program in place. It gives you a non-monetary edge over their business competing for the same employees. So these are particularly, there are much more benefits, but these are the actual benefits for employer. Efficiency is increased, staff retention is there, you are able to attract the actual and loyal employees for your company, and then employees hardly take leaves because their mental condition is proper. Once mental condition is good, physical condition automatic comes out to be good. Then what are the benefits for employee? Better work life balance. An effective wellness program supported by management helps you focus on the other things in life outside of work. Improved morale. Teaming up with colleagues or non-work activities, example fundraising work, walk, healthy eating challenges, helps to strengthen office relationship and resolve any work related issues and tensions. Stay healthy in the long run. Many chronic diseases, example diabetes, cancer, heart disease, can be prevented by making healthier lifestyle choices. We spend so much of our life at work, so it's important to have a workplace that supports a healthy lifestyle, feels valued. Companies that implement wellness program care about more than the bottom line and what they get out of their employee. Wellness program are an opportunity for management to show their appreciation. Yes, wellness program are actually the way of saying thank you to the human resources, human assets of your organization that might not be financial or monetary, but that is like emotionally, right? Intellectually and realistically. So you might be knowing those Wipros, Tata, then Infosys, Capgemini, KPMG, Deloitte, Amazon. People are happy to work over there. Why? Because they feel valued over there, and their company owner invest on their mental wellness. So it's very important to have a health and productivity. You can have different programs. You can have make them to like healthy eating habit challenges or programs, then running, right? You can even have cycling, then weightlifting, swimming, creating some creative work. All this can be helpful for keeping an employee's mental stable in a high ratio and giving 100% productivity. I hope employers benefit and employee benefit clear. And apart from that, another benefits are clear. Can I go to the next slide? So as I said that now whenever there is a placement or companies mostly preferring on 4 wellness for the employees and offer your employees saving in all areas of holistic well-being, whether that is physical, social, mental or financial. You can find that in certain places or certain work places there might be like no in ambience itself is created that the employees are not coming to work but they are coming here to have a fun, right? Fun in a way that they are working also, they are accepting the culture and rating a 100% productivity. Is my voice audible to everyone? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now how they like these days how the employers like attract the employees with the well-being funda, like physical wellness discount they give, healthy living, fitness membership and equipments at their place, nutritions and meal services. Nutrition as if like how much amount of like being a nutrition nutrients and having a food which are healthy, right? Meal services. Some of your employees might be thinking that we are so lethargic, need to have a energetic tonic. So that what is that? That is actually meal. Fitness membership. So some of your employees might be fitness freak and might not have time to go to the gym. Give them over there at your office or your organization once their deadline work is done before assigning them their new work. Evening gymming, morning gymming, and healthy living, right? That is might be yoga, meditations, basketball, badminton. Some of your employees might be having a habit of doing cycling once a day. Give them that also. So these days, companies are attracting and keeping proper investment on their employees' health. And health is physical and mental both. Now, social like letting them to have an experience with their family and friends means providing them ample of time for their family and friends also. Communicating services, streaming and electronics, mental wellness, meditation and wellness apps, loans helping out, taxes preparations, giving them funding for their real estate. So all these been are the fundas for the companies nowadays that they create to attract a loyal and actual employees for their company. It might be like other wellness, which can be uh, family and friendly, tobacco free zone, right? Where the employees can go, and actually those who have a habit of smoking can go and smoke over there. Then safety gear, flexibility of time, mental formation, creative assessment, then medical facilities at the workplace only if they do not have a time. Certain different things can be created for them. Education loan, stress reduction programs, employee recognitions. So many things can be combined with the wellness. So how it's like for the companies, how it can be. The employees' perceptions adds to engagement. So the job level of experiences, no, to the employees who are satisfied and experiences, they feel that they are engaged in the company's success, and they provide out to be 100% productivity. At an organization named as Quantum Workplace and Limit, employee survey was done, and what was found, if 100% investment from the employers on the employees wellness is done, obviously employee will feel like we are the valued part of this organization, and productivity automatically increases out. So when employee believes their employer cares about their health and well-being, they are 30% engaged, 38% more engaged in their work in their company, 10% likely to be hostile, 17% more likely to still be working there in one more year. Means they see the long term assessment with the association with the company. They will recommend other good and better employees and intellectual employees of other organization to come and join their organization. They might go on the beyond or off the beyond in the order to reach the company's goal. Like if there is a crisis, if there is anything, they will stand with the organization. They will be ready to do overtime for the beneficial of companies, and in order to achieve the success goals of the companies. So it's very good enough for them. Now, how tips? What are the tips which will be helpful for the company? Walk and talk. Just don't sit and like keep on talking. If you have ample of time, see that if someone is free and sitting and idle, disturb, talk to them. Walk and talk. Scenery steps. Just take a steps. Take a snack break. Release some tensions. Like don't sit more than 20 minutes at your particular chair and just have a backbone issues or any issues. Do such some stretching out, talk with your employees, have a good cordial state. Mini breaks is important. Make sure that with your team and your team members you have a play day. If you're working and working hard and smart, do that for some cause, right? And have a pro H2O. Do not forget to have an adequate amount of water, adequate amount of oxygen level at your place. So keep everything over there. So it's like on-site wellness service and exercising clubs. It's very important. And what are even mental wellness tips, like recognize the problem of your employees, respect, comfort, emphasize and moderate, eat healthy, be well informed, invest in organic set steps, optimize your work life balance, and get better sleep. Certain tips are even followed, and if you want to give much more emphasis on employees' wellness, you can have certain programs that can be like unique ones. Okay, you can have a dentist, orthopedic, general physician at your office, like making sure that they visit on a frequent basis. Start an on site corporate medical clinic, train fitness minded employees to be fitness instructors to teach everyone else, institute a steer challenge, allow your employees to nap at work means like after having mm, not a long nap but like 10 minutes nap, 20 minutes nap, like that. Create vendors partnership with local gyms or restaurants to encourage wellness, like providing discount if you go and have in particular in a healthy nutrition place. A company is going to give you 10% discount on that. Means you are getting discount at that particular place, but the company is paying it. Making it fun with ping pong tables, purchasing bags, or treadmills desk. These days, I have even seen in like people, since they are like sitting and working now, what they have developed is they have developed a treadmill desk for the where employees particularly do not sit, but they stand and they work. They do the walking on a treadmill and they are even working. So that was also been seen. And startup companies garden. You can have some of your employees might be very good at gardening, no? Because after all, we are coming out from an agriculture country. So we all have that essence of having short portions of gardening once. So that can be done. So it's very important that employees keep eye and do innovative wellness programs at their companies so that employees never feel lethargic, no time for them to uh, like take unnecessary burden or unnecessary stress or even thinking out of any of this stress, because you are there and they feel that we don't need to worry, our company is with us. Employees who implement workplace wellness program is seen that out of 10, 7 employees productivity increases, and when their productivity increases, obviously companies productivity also increases. Why wellness program works? Like healthy employees are more productive at work, builds camaraderie and engagement among co-workers, reaching achievable goals, keeping employees motivated. How does wellness program best practice? Provide regular updates on program highlights, get upper management and board on the model. Like it's not just keeping team members. Sometimes it's like an employee himself or herself hire management being a part of that particular wellness program. Establish milestone to monitor progress and make adjustment to whenever it is needed. So these are the for the wellness, employees wellness and workplace wellness. So at the conclusion, it's like managing your work and your personal life, that is work life balance in a prominent way, always being at a active mode for the organization. If the employees are at active mode, company itself is at active mode. Make sure that in near future, if you turn out to be an entrepreneur or you be at the higher level of the management had or higher level of your designation post, always keep an actual investment on your human resources wellness. If that investment is done properly, obviously the return is at the higher level. So thank you so much for having attention and listening in a very active mode. I hope I was like able to make you understand why employees wellness is very important for the organization, being an employer or being an employee, how it benefits. If you're mentally you are fit, you're physically fit, you're socially fit. Thank you so much, Ganesh. And I hope you all are going to do proper investment on your human resources in near future.